Hello, and welcome to Seal Division 2. We've got a game here between Hypokrass and Save the Mustang. Save the Mustang with his favorite division, the 1st Pancerna, and Hypokrass with 4th Fallschirmjäger. I do believe this is the unnerfed version of 4th Fallschirmjäger, this patch being actually a request from Save the Mustang. And yeah, in this stage, without the unnerfed Fallschirmjäger, certainly even more of a threat to deal with than the division is now, but one of the strengths that 4th Fallschirmjäger does have over the other Fallschirmjäger divisions is its ability to basically ignore the Fallschirmjäger, right? So you don't have these 40 points units running around that target, just massive targets for bombings and such that can go down very easily. But action already beginning here. Vickers getting on target. Save the Mustang has once again gone fairly light on the other portions of the map in favor of just a big blob of tanks. And now, it doesn't look like any heavier armor or anything has been provided by Hypokrass 4 down south, but all these Cromwells and such with these Morris LLCs spawning for them certainly are going to do a number on this 47mm and all these troops here if they can't get into it. The Superzis did unload the M55 trucks, though not really getting on target though. And now the Paracadusti out in the open are very much going to be more than capable of attacking those. But Cromwell 5 does get into the fight, and this does have fairly good HE for the price of the unit, as these other Cromwells here focus down this 47mm. Did get a penetration on the Sherman 3 from the looks of it, but now Superzi coming in, Firefly as well, preventing any long-range armor call-ins, and a 17-pounder down here as well. Though, against 4th Fallschirmjäger, it doesn't really have any medium tanks to worry about, so medium tanks are kind of the way to deal with it. Lots of armored support, that's for sure. And a Flak 41 actually coming out to counter. Interesting choice that, but the Flak guns, they do take extra suppression damage from things like tank, so definitely got to be worried about that. The 3-4 tanks on target onto an AT gun will likely kill it, even if one of the tanks goes down, right? And now for anything else, one of the tanks going down would be a fine trade for something like a Pack 50, but for Flak 41, not so much. Looks like things though the Cromwell in the center went down here, leaving just the Vickers to go down and the Superzi here. So the Mustang is playing balance, so he's going to have to somehow save it up until Phase B. And, well, he does like these aggressive pushes here, which do usually end up causing quite some havoc in the enemy's front lines. This kind of tactic when playing balance is really dangerous. Particularly just because when you are playing balanced or against Maverick, not being able to, or overextending yourself is a very good way to die. I did have a game recently against 44th Guards, which might be coming out on the channel if I do decide to cast it, where the player, right, was pushing quite aggressively into me because he was lured into a false sense of security by the fact that you know, some of my units were dying and a lot of other things that were happening on the map. It wasn't a great situation for me, but definitely over-pushing in that situation led to him dying there. And anyway, we see exactly what I was talking about here. Flak 41 does get pinned down, but there is now multiple Pack 40s here. And now if these criminals can't get the Flak 41, like these have basically paid off for themselves now. But we'll have to see if they can also finish off the Pack 40 as we see another one coming in. And that would be all 3 Pack 40s here going down, or getting involved to deal with this blob of Cromwells. And that's not really the only Cromwell that he has, but yeah, just look at this massive overextension. These 2 flags, now that this is surrounded, and there's only Superzi here holding these 3. 16 to 8, 16 to 6 almost here. Very, very dangerous. Down in the south, though, lots of units coming to reinforce this position. Very interesting to see him actually coming to reinforce this position rather than trying to shore up his defenses in the center here as these Cromwells continue to go down here and Superzi are falling left and right. Artillery commander being the only thing to try and restore the front line. Say the Mustang is now on a triple tick, and he's just got to hope that this sailing here collapses and gives him at least a double tick back, and then hopefully he can grab this flag, this flag, this flag back. Remains to be seen whether or not he can do that. The Cromwells have pretty much been eliminated here. The Pack 40s did do their job in the end. Hurricane Mark IV coming in actually for that Pack 40 in particular. Morris LC does see it. But that Morris is going to go down relatively quickly with the Pack 40 shooting at it. It does have to be said. Does lose line of sight. Also means the Hurricane loses line of sight. But wow, those HE rockets. I was not expecting them to be that powerful. Guess they are, though. 2 Streltsies with Piats coming in for the Paracadusti. Now M43's here. And they do have... The heat shells are more than capable of taking care of Cromwell 5s. The problem is that the Cromwell 5 still has a more than capable gun of dealing with the Stug M43s as well. And there's, once again, quite a lot of Cromwells that are not a bad veterancy level, together with the Sherman and the 17-pounder, of course. 17-7 for now, though. The artillery leader has come in. All these units are basically pushing towards the spawn, though. And, like, well, what are you going to do with that? These aren't raider units here, so I suppose there is a leader, which will have some interesting results on the front line, I'm sure. But, yeah, Superzi gonna get, or Hurricane gonna get rid of this Pack 40, spotted by the Superzi now. Cromwell, didn't do enough damage that time, but the Cromwell 5 is now on target, and if that doesn't fall back, will be a dead Pack 40. It is removing a lot of important units here, and, well, it doesn't look like Hypokrass is in any sort of real danger. Another Flak 41 coming in now, as a T here. One of the M43s did go down to the Cromwells. 17-pounder, might actually get a shot on target onto that flak gun, but nope, is going for the M43. And now there's the 2 Cromwells. Or the Cromwell and the Sherman going for the Flak 41. And yeah, lots of pen down, or what's it called? My brain is just not working today. My god. Lots of suppression coming in on that. And another Flak 41 going down. That's really not what you want to see here. Yeah, more Streltsy coming in. This land spawn is actually just completely blocked off now. Yeah. Focal Wolf coming in. Let's get a beautiful hit on here. Depends on all these units. Cromwell 5 also suppressed. Is going to have to fall back from that engagement with the Stug. Getting fairly lucky to even survive that, I would say. Now, he has pushed all his infantry forward, Hypokrass, so the way back into this game, now that this gigantic salient is relatively secure with the leader in there, would be to encircle them, but you've still then got to deal with Fallschirmjäger, and you can't bring infantry within like a 1,000-meter radius of these, essentially. Well, more like 750, but effectively 1,000. So a lot of these roads do get within range of that, or at least one of these units. And yeah, we'll see what happens to transports when they fire at Fallschirmjäger, I'm sure in just a moment here. As they get into that range, they are unloaded though, so good back there by Save the Mustang. Did bring it temporarily back to a 14. 11 or 1410, and on the Morris LC, and gets a little bit of spawning damage here, or well, brain gun damage onto these units. But once again, blind spawn's still cut off. Uster's coming in for the recon. Fallschirmjäger absolutely destroyed these units coming in though, immediately forced to fall back. And I wonder what the plan is here. Again, 13 to 11. The salient is big and large. But single Superzi protecting it there. Pack 40 did not end up going down. And these Morris LCs, they're only Bren guns. Like, they don't do really enough damage. It's not like it's a 50 cal where it can suppress either to effectively be used as anything other than recon. And, like, they can have quite a bit of an influence on unit and infantry engagements. But in their own, they generally won't kill a Fallschirmjäger, for example, before either the Pancerna can come up, or the Fallschirmjäger can get a Panzerfaust on these. Like, that's how bad it is at pinning down units. Oh, second land spawn goes down for Save the Mustang, and he's on a 13-11. Imagine that. What a weird game. 13-11, and he's got 2 land spawn. Guasatori Para also coming in here. This might actually be the 3rd land spawn, giving only this one. What? What would that be? Chelsea Piat here does catch the gustatory power out in the open, and it's just rifles versus 2 brain guns now. So Chelsea will be able to deal with that and recapture this line spawn. And now Cromwell's coming in, gustatory power, no AT here really to deal with these. So Cromwells are going to get better of that unit. Though have to be a little bit careful with the Fallschirmjäger, but the Ousters do have pretty good recon, I would say. And like a lot of expensive units have gone down for Hypokrass, but he's playing balance. And now we've entered into phase B. He's essentially got to get rid of this salient, and then that's it. And in phase B, I would wager that the 4th Fashion player has such units to deal with tanks, right? He's got, oh, what's it called? Panthers and Tigers. Got a card of Panthers in there, card of Tigers. And now we see the first tanks coming out. Back 40 back here, also really preventing these Fireflies or Cromwells from protecting the Superzi here, which was capturing quite a few flags here. This flag is also going to go down. Going to bring it back to a 13-9. Fallschirmjäger does get pinned down here. Either spotted by the Ouster or otherwise. Oop, Pancerna just got in range of that Cromwell, but just barely. Hurricane's also going to come in. Might do good damage. Not in a building, though. Ooh, wow. I don't know what it is, but those last rockets just killing on those Hurricanes. Very interesting. Fallschirmjäger, once again, getting a target on the Streltsies here. Now we see Recon Cromwells coming in. Taking the Recon Cromwells in B. Interesting choice there. But they do have the radio and the extra Recon there. 47mm also firing at Cromwells. Those have a relatively decent chance at penetrating, and these things are basically invisible, in my opinion. Or actually, it's firing at the Morris. No mistake there. Doesn't manage to kill it. And, yeah. A couple of more units going down. Back to a 14-10, but this push is slowly materializing. Another Flag 41 coming in. Tiger is in position as well. Pancerna does get the kill on the Cromwell here. Firefly versus Tiger. It is a 2-star Firefly. But the Tiger gets the first hit, and the Firefly needs 2 to kill the Tiger, and misses 1 here. Oop, just going to retreat that instead, but the Tiger might get a second shot off and goes down. Does get a nice penetration into the Tiger. And now with an Achilles coming out to counter the Tiger. Another Cromwell, but that's basically this entire salient destroyed. Just a little bit of infantry, and the infantry in 4th Fashion definitely has the jump on it on 1st Polish here. Or 1st Pancerna. I believe 1st Polish is the Soviet version. 1st Polish armored. Yeah. Flag 41. Going to be preventing these Hurricanes from doing a lot of further battle here. Microing the Fallschirm, but you feel as well. And the Parrot Assault is going to cause an undue amount of pain, I would say. The Cromwells can just get up and close and personal with the Fallschirmjäger, and I would wager the Ouster is spotting these, so he's not going to run, for example, Streltsy straight into a Parrot Assault. That would be a little bit dangerous there, but Flag 41's likely going to pin down and kill this Ulster here. Yeah. The one plane that a Flag 41 can actually kill with any sort of consistency. Fallschirmjäger does go down. Slightly better CQC there, together with the artillery leader. And now, there's a chance to kill this Flag 41 again, but... Ooh. Was the second Tiger, or did the Tiger move? Looks like it moved. They're going to be heading to deal with these Cromwell 5s. And these Cromwell 5s versus the Tiger. We might actually see here a CQC Tiger, as it's sometimes called. And heavy tank goes into medium tank combat like that. Can be effective, but the rate of fire together with the slow speed usually means that you can just move the Cromwells here around the Tiger. And they do a fairly good job of killing it, but Tiger snipes the Cromwell here before moving on. And actually, he's going to pull it back, so mark my words, but 13 to 11 now. Surprisingly, Cromwell's just going to sit right in the middle here. 47mm could come up and kill it. The infantry in the back line slowly being punished for its aggressive moves, but lots of infantry coming in now. Not really sure if infantry is a real calling you want here versus Pancerna. But potentially doesn't even have that much AT. Black 41. Oop, might get pinned down again. Streltsy did start firing at it. Exactly what you want to see there. And keeping that AA down, very important here. Lots of Flak 41s actually going down for Hypokrass already. And now, more infantry gonna secure this flag. It is a 14 to 10, surprisingly, while the line spawn is still captured. There are a couple of units put back into the salient here, so, but that's only really capturing one flag here. They managed to get a position back into the town, and then these two flags down in the south is bringing that to 13-11 for the time being. Recon coming in again. And all these Paradise Assaultos coming up to shore up the defenses here. Cromwell 7s coming in though, or 6s. These are the ones with the HE, almost spigot mortars, I want to say. Maybe not quite a spigot mortar, so it's an HE sport gun. And yeah, nice little pieces, that's for sure. Looks like they're going to move all the way up here, and are going to be used likely in this kind of a position to take on that Flak 41. These would be even worse than a regular Cromwell for killing the Flak 41s. And if Pancerna can manage to keep all the AA down, potentially there's an opening to do a lot of damage with planes, which is the exact kind of play that you really do need to do versus Fallschirmjäger. I haven't really seen these Fallschirmjäger actually kill a single unit here. Hurricane veers off, 20 mil barely getting on target there, tickling it. She's going to have to spot that, and Hurricane's going to have to come in and shoot at it. But the Alcone with a 1,000-kilogram bomb now, going for that Achilles. And Pack 40 coming in for it as well. We'll have to see the Hurricane here can actually manage to get on target on that 20 mil. It does look like it. Doesn't manage to kill though. Unfortunate. Does get pinned down. And now these Gustatory Para, which you normally don't see in Fallschirmjäger divisions. Instead, these horrendously overpriced Fallschirm Pioneer. Or, well, I guess not horrendously overpriced. These are still the unnerfed ones. The really good ones that have G43s. Yeah, so worth taking there, but Gustatory Para, still 3 Berettas. Very, very good unit. Oop, Hurricane did not manage to get on target on the pack gun. The Achilles might actually go down here. Cromwell goes down to the Pancerna, leaving only the Recon Cromwell, which isn't going to provide influence to the front line. Oh. Yeah, these two Cromwells didn't come up and join this Cromwell 7, so didn't even take a single hit of damage there. Now the Panther A is, unfortunately, going to be taking shots. Definitely would have moved that 17-pounder, something like a position like this. Alright, so it does have a little bit of sight on the hill, but up here, not really doing any good. Hurricane did manage to kill the pack. Pancerna does go down, but unfortunately there, with the Achilles going down, an important unit has been lost. Back to 12-12. Hypokrass does need to find a way to push, and continue to push, that's for sure. These Cromwell 7s are actually going to start engaging the Panther now. 17-pounder does get on target, though, or is going to get on target, while the Panther's still shooting. And, well, it misses the first shot, because it's a 17-pounder, and British, and therefore they can't aim. Haha! No, I'm sure it just angered quite a few people there. A couple of shots. Does get on target. Bird Assaulto versus Streltsy here. Very dangerous unit, but there's a lot of Cromwells providing support. Surprise. But yeah, with their HE grenade, still very much a danger. Tiger here, trying to face off against these Cromwells at a good range for it. And yeah, we just see the Streltsy completely melt there. Cromwells do quite a bit of supporting damage, but not quite enough. These Cromwells are rushing forward. Everyone is not going to target. One of these already took some damage, though, from the Panther earlier. Bailout on the Cromwell 4. Tiger did get its job done. And a Flak 41 as well. Back to a 13-11. Quite a few armor pieces moving up here. Cromwell 5, Cromwell 4, Sherman 3. The 47mm doesn't really stand a chance, but the Paradise Delta could come forward and just delete the Streltsy, and then it would be back to a surround, really, if these Spursy don't get into position quickly. And with the rest of this infantry being forced back, this Tiger pretty much has free reign to push into the town, and all this infantry could even come in forward and take this flag. Sturmpanzer not coming forward. Does have to be a little bit careful with the 17-pounder, but might just delete it anyway. And lots of Cromwells coming in now. Surprised we don't see any Cromwell 7s, but I guess those are really more of a counter to medium armor. And 4th Fallschirm does not have any medium armor. Yeah. Interesting to see these ulcers constantly coming in to provide recon. Looks like it actually seems to be working a little bit as well, but the Berettas get a lot of damage on target very, very quickly, and the Tiger's gonna fall back, not gonna engage that Achilles anytime soon. Does manage to let Save the Mustang here stand the man. Stanislavski get some Spursy in position to at least make it so that these infantry can't just Q move forward, but the Tiger is actually being rerouted as another Panther comes in. Have to be a little bit careful. Now, dual Cromwell 4s versus this infantry over here. Yeah, that's gonna melt. I would wager. Oop. Tiger, once again, getting on target on the Cromwell. There's only a couple of Cromwells left in here. Flak 41 as well. Deploying. That'd be the last Flak 41. Let's just C face card or something, or 2 B face cards for that. And ooh, yeah, we see the effect of all those bases and machine guns, despite not being great machine guns. When they do get on target, they absolutely delete. Spursy, though, also get deleted by the Paradise Delta and are forced to fall back. Time being. Oop. Achilles goes down. Doesn't even get the kill on the Tiger there. And now we get Spigot Mortars versus Sturmpanzer. Might be the time to bring the 17-pounder forward. But be a bit hard to spot there. Sherman 3 tries to avoid it. Doesn't quite manage to do it, though. Panther, ooh, gets bailed out on the first shot by the 17-pounder. And yeah, the Sturmpanzer here is actually slowly providing just like a ton of HE damage onto these units. And those will go down if they're not micro away. More Cromwell 6 is moving north now. And actually, there's a lot of troops on here. So with this push here, might be able to push back into this forest, which would be quite dangerous. This forest is, well, often considered a CQC area, because this forest right here is fought over, and over here, these forests. You really do have the ability to use some medium range engagements here, and there's lots of yellow cover that you can kind of dance around, and this flag in particular is excellent for medium tanks, T-34 supporting tanks like that. And the further we get into phase C, the more Save the Mustang has the advantage here. Likely has a deck built for phase C as well. Achilles coming forward. Likely for that Sturmpanzer. But gotta find a way to deal with that Flak 41 before that can start killing the HE support. Hurricane did not manage to finish up the Fallschirm battlefield. I'm not giving the spawn road back. And yeah, we see Paracaducci coming up to hold down the fort here, but looks like the light armor are just gonna completely outspam whatever units Hypokrass has. He should have a couple of Pack 40s still, I do believe. Did take a second card from the looks of things. But dual Panthers going down there. And I do believe we've seen a Tiger go down as well at some point in the match. Yeah, briefly a 14-10 again, as units were pushing here. After I didn't manage to capture this flag, but Achilles on the job. Fallschirm Pioneer here also pushing forward. I'm just going to bring these two to prevent that capture there. Dragooni. Cromwell 6s, more of them. Another Pack 40. Yeah, getting a bit close there. For choosing on when to call in your AT. And these 2M42s, which are more than enough to deal with the Cromwell 5. But once again, Veteran C to Veteran C. Cromwell 5 and the Cromwell 4 here are still very much a threat to these M42s, especially as they come in piecemeal. 14-10, still anyone's game, I would say. Artillery leader moving forward. Arcaducci pushing for this flag as well. Pardo Salto does get forced back by the Achilles, so back to a 13-11. There's a surrender, but can't commander, and my god, this game sometimes. For what reason does Save the Mustang deserve this flag? Like, Paracadussi here, Questador Para here. Why? I don't get it. That's the game, though, and it's certainly making it interesting. There's a flood of Cromwells are now going to come in a vain hope to try and deal with that. 541 might actually do it, though. Do get the pin down, so. Oh, I guess there's 3. Huh. Yeah, I didn't take the Achilles into account. The Cromwell 6s do the job there. Desperate attempt for Hypokrass now to push everything out. Paracadussi are moving forward. Unit on the side of this hill would have been perfect to take this flag, as what would have been all that's needed. Instead of pushing me needlessly pushed forward. And it might just be a case that Save the Mustang, now that we enter in this 26th minute of the game, where the income does switch, is going to be in a very good position here. But 7 minutes left on the clock. He's going to have to pull some kind of miracle in the next 7 minutes to win. Oop. Back 40 might unload. Nope. And the Stuttgart 42s are a lot closer together now than these units. No Piet or anything in this yellow cover either. But Hurricane coming in for the Pack 40. Suppose you might see it. M5 hijack. Still a Pack 40 here. Does kill the Pack 40. Hurricane doesn't go down. So, 3 dangerous Stugs still in the roll here. Another Hurricane coming for this Pack 40. Yeah, after managing to kill this 88, we'll once again open up the skies for these Hurricanes. Spitfire doing its best to dogfight against the Veltro. The Veltro does not have a lot of health, that's for sure. Another kill on another Pack 40. Sherman did go down, but put it 2 of these Stugs, so Cromwell 4 versus Stug. Well, who's to win? And looks like the Cromwell 4 is damaged, so I will give that benefit to the Stug 4. But with the half-track here coming in to capture this flag, or capture this spawn road bag, finally, Questador Para is going to go down. Finally see a Cromwell 7. Definitely be able to deal with those Stugs, no problem. Though, who knows how many left for Hypokrass. Mosquito coming in, didn't manage to drop. Flag 41 forces it back. Veltro, not quite going to get on the back of that, but nevertheless. Tiger, Flag 41, still looking down this road. Theoretically speaking, these Cromwells could provide adequate cover and fire support on these Paracadussi for the time being. Probably no Pancerna left in the division. Dragooni, ooh, might go down. It's just gonna unload. Half-track's still gonna go down, likely though. I think Dragooni have to fall back from there. Dragooni here, coming in. Looks like they're gonna unload straight onto those Pioneers. Cromwell's coming in to provide that fire support there. Mosquito as well, coming in for the Stug. Not quite sure if that's needed, but definitely can use that to pin down the Stug and then move the Cromwell forward to get that killing blow on it. Or, well, that would have been what I would say, but Stug seems more than content to move forward. The stress might really be its undoing, though. Cromwell's going to aim faster and get the kill there. 13-11 still, 4 minutes left on the clock. Very tense game here. Was this 1 health? Pack 41. Ooh, but the Pack 40 actually gets sniped by the Achilles. Not what you want to see there. And now there's just a lot of Dragooni and open positions here to take. Pack 41 is doing the first support on these Dragooni, but Most to repair temporarily manages to take back this flag. And another Pack 41 coming in. Wow, how many of these does he have? I guess a lot. $14 or 10 again. Does have to get a move on here. Cromwell 4, Cromwell 7 Commander now. Interesting call in here. Well, if you have the points for it, I suppose. Getting the veterancy for that. And now can theoretically move this 17 power forward straight onto the road, supported by that Cromwell. And then snipe that Tiger, which would potentially open up for a dual airplane Cromwell push onto this 88, where you bring in an airplane, Flak 41 starts shooting at it, and then the Cromwell is bringing right away. If you do time it properly, pro tip here, you can show the Cromwells first, just as the airplane's coming in, and then the Flak 41 will attempt to aim at the Cromwells, likely even miss its first shot, and then it'll have to re-aim at the airplane, and then by that time your Cromwells are going to have 2-3 shots on target there. Ooh, Flak does manage to kill off that Cromwell here, but the Dragooni are just rushing forward for this flag. Really got to get a move on now. Cromwell here, and then 5. Yeah, definitely a lack of lighter armor this game has been absolute terror for Hypokrass to deal with. Brigadusi not managing to get the Cromwell 6 there. So, let's see another day. But it does take a penetration from this Pack 40. Has been shooting its HE at it. And now, kind of trade fire. Last HE shell isn't quite going to pin it down. Very, very close though. Ooh. What was that shooting at? I guess they're still dueling. And now, with that shot, Pack 40 will go down. Ooh. The 88 went down somehow. Something shot it. Now all these M5s are going to come in, and they're going to go straight in for that Pack 41. Lots of 3-star infantry now. 3-star Dragooni. Arthur to deal with. And then, yeah, we see the Mosquito coming in for it. Spitfire going to strafe it down. This Mosquito's coming in for it as well. Save the Mustang has complete control over the skies. Yeah. Look at that. It's now 16-8. 32 minutes into this game. Pretty much over for Hypokrass. Still has the salient somehow, but with all these Cromwells coming in and such, it is very much impossible to game to win at this point. The income disparity just being too high. There's not enough income to defend against this much infantry, really. That's the problem there. And yeah, well played to save the Mustang. An exciting game for certain. Oh man, back and forth and back and forth. 2, almost 3 spawn roads cut off at that point to come back for a comeback. Wow. You wouldn't have thought it, folks. But there you have it. So, what did we learn? Don't surrender. As Hypokrass surrenders. Don't surrender early into the game, I will say. Wow. 3,955 kills to 2,580. Definitely out-traded Hypokrass there, but yeah. Cromwell's doing a lot of work. 17-pounder. Did well. And yeah, when you consider that a Cromwell 7... not the Cromwell 7. One of the Cromwells are relatively cheap, right? I think 50 or 60 points for a Cromwell 5. 70 for the Cromwell 7. That's the HE support gun. So, and then even the Commander is no more expensive than 120, 130, 140 points or something like that. So yeah, cost-effective light armor deck. Looks like against 4th Fallschirmjäger unnerved. The solution is just don't bring any infantry. Well, I hope you enjoyed that game. I sure did, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.